Hello YouTubers, welcome to AnneBetty's kitchen. So on today's menu is AnneBetty's King Prawn and Scallops fried rice. So if you see where fried rice originated, it's mainly from the Chinese, and this was an economical way of cooking because it was from leftovers. Fried rice is from leftovers, so to get the good quality homemade fried rice, which still looks like the restaurant bought fried rice, you need to cook your rice a day before. So today we are going to Asia. Come along with me, let's go. So these are the ingredients. Like I said, it originated from the Chinese, and normally it's leftover. So to get the authentic, the good fried rice, you cook your rice a day before. And what I do is, because this is white jasmine perfume rice, I want some fiber, so I'm going to add wild rice to it. You don't have to do this, so I'm going to give you the main ingredients, because some of you have been saying sometimes I use too much ingredients. With AnneBetty's, we take you the extra mile. So the wild rice is taking you the extra mile. If you don't want it, you can omit this. So I've got ginger, it's about 80 grams. If you don't have a scale, this is just so you can weigh it with your eyes. And it's been chopped. I've got 4 shallots, and 8 cloves of garlic, spring onion. I used about 4 of the spring stalks, and I've got yellow habanero pepper. You know I love my yellow. If you've been watching my recipes, I keep on talking about it. I can't say enough about that. I've got lemon juice because it's seafood and we don't want any nausea. 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar. I've got some butter, 80 grams of garden peas, 80 grams of sweet corn, 80 grams of carrots. I've got some dill. Dill really goes well with fish, seafood. It's dill. And I've got my king prawns. So 2 types. These are king prawns, these are king prawns, these are extra big. And with this, I bought it with the shell on, so I'm just going to show you how to make an incision here. Then you just pull it off. It's easy to do. It's really easy. Then you take the shell off. And usually prawns have got their veins here, but this one has been taken off, I guess. And the scallops, and it's with scallops, this side is usually very chewy, so you take it off and you can put it in whole or you can chop it up. So I'm just cutting it, and that, let me do another one so you see. So that's how it looks. This, you just take this bit off, because it's a bit chewy. So with the seafood or your protein, you can use whatever you want. You can use chicken breast, you can use the king prawns like I'm using, or you can omit it and do it with just the vegetables. But I like my protein. So the quantity depends on you, how you want it. You can just take this, use that, or you can use it like I'm using, because I like my protein. And I've got 4 eggs here. I'm going to use some salt. I always use the pink salt because it's packed with so much nutrients. And we'll be talking about the ingredients I use, and I'll be telling you all the benefits and why I use them. We've got toasted sesame oil, mushroom flavored soy sauce. The soy sauce has got no MSG, and I've got some rapeseed oil in here. heating my pan, and I'm going to use butter to cook the rice, and this will give it some nutty flavor. I'm using up, this is about 15 grams, and I'm going to brown it, and when it browns it gives it this nutty flavor. So it will take about a minute or two for it to brown. So just to give it more flavor, I've put in star anise, and this gives it some licorice flavor. It's really beautiful. Just try it. If you don't have it, you can omit this. This is not one of the main ingredients. It's just to give you the extra oomph with AnneBetty's. So as you can see, it's browned. So I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of the shallots and leave it to saute. So I'm reducing my heat. It smells divine in here. You've got this nutty aromatic flavor, and because of the star anise. So our shallots have been sauteed, and now in goes our wild rice. This has been washed with alkaline water. So leave it on for about 2 minutes for all the flavor, the nutty flavor from the butter, the licorice flavor from the star anise to infuse into our rice. In goes 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Give it a stir. And we add 3 cups of water. So if you remember, it's 1 cup of wild rice. Wild rice is hard. So 1, 2, and 3. It's hard, so it takes long to cook, and it needs water. So if you can see, the water completely covers it, and there's a bit more over it. There's 3 cups, so 1 cup of rice, the ratio is 1 to 3 when you're cooking your wild rice. So now I'm going to cover it and leave it to cook. It takes about an hour. So this is a tightly fitted lid, so I don't put any other thing on, no foil, no greaseproof paper, nothing. Just this, because it's tightly fitted, it helps you cook. You can always cook it overnight, and like I said, with fried rice, when you use a day-old rice, it makes it nicer because it infuses all the spices, the oils, the soy sauce really well. So I'm going to leave it to cook. It's on the highest mark. And now we're going to cook the white rice. I use jasmine rice, the AAA jasmine flavored rice. It gives it so much flavor. It's very aromatic. And 20 grams of butter. So once again, I'm going to leave it to brown to give it, and in goes the star anise to give it the nutty flavor. Now we're adding a bit of our shallots, and we'll leave it to saute. In goes our rice. This has already been washed. It's been on for about 2-3 minutes for the butter and the star anise, the flavor from it, to infuse in the rice. And ½ teaspoon of salt. This is a quarter, so 2 of that. Give it a stir. The stirring is not that necessary at this stage because you're going to add water, which will help it and dissolve it. So 3 cups of water, alkaline water, that's what I use. Stir it up for it to distribute evenly, the salt, everything to be well infused. Because this is bleached rice, it cooks really fast. So 1:1, the ratio of water to rice is 1 to 1. So I use 3 cups of the water, and now I'm going to cover it up and leave it to cook. it's been an hour and our wild rice is done now. Look at that. But remember, I told you with fried rice, when you use a day-old rice, so this is the one I made previously, that's what we are going to use. This, I'll save it because people have placed in their orders. So that's our rice is done, but I missed one step, people. When I added the water, I add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. So I cook my rice with my soy sauce, and if you can see, it gives it a different color altogether, and it mixes really well. And the flavor is so different when you cook it with the rice. So I cook the rice with the soy sauce. So the soy sauce has been added. I'm going to repeat it again. When you add the water, you add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and mix that. So you didn't see me doing that. That's why the rice looks different. It's just the soy sauce that's been added. So this is one I made yesterday, so that's what I'm going to use. This is going down for an order for tomorrow. Half teaspoon rapeseed oil and half teaspoon toasted sesame oil. Those are ginger, a bit of it, not all. Shallots, bit of our garlic, about a teaspoon of the garlic. We'll give it a stir and leave it to saute and infuse with each other. So in goes our eggs. I've whisked them together just a bit so that it all mixes well. And I scramble it. So that's it. I do the eggs separately, so I'm going to put it on the side and do the other bits, then I'll add it. We got the eggs, and now we're going to continue. In goes half teaspoon of rapeseed oil, 1 teaspoon sesame oil. I like a bit of heat in my fried rice. If you don't like it spicy, you can omit this. So in goes the chili. It's deseeded though. I want a bit of heat. The garlic. And our ginger. And give it a stir. It smells so lovely. This, honestly, the yellow habanero chilies smells so lovely. Try it and let me know, so I know I'm not the only one who's crazy about it. In goes our scallops and prawns. I use the tissue just to soak off all the excess water on it. I'll give it a stir for all the flavors to infuse in it. In goes our apple cider with lemon. So as you can see, it's been on for about 5 minutes now, and you can see the liquid coming up. You have to leave it on for the liquid to reduce. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Adding 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Remember, we use 1 tablespoon to cook our rice. All our vegetables go with. 1 teaspoon of salt. We give it a stir for it to all infuse. You see the richness of it, people. Those are eggs. And goes our wild rice. rice. Remember, this is optional. You can omit the white rice. I just want more fiber because I'm using processed rice. No, when you use the white rice, all the fiber has been removed. I want my fiber. And in goes our white rice. It's not white because I cooked it with soy sauce. Then we give it a stir. Goes our spring onion and our dill. Dill goes really well with seafood, and this is just for like garnishing really. So put it on and just stir it up. And people, there you go. AnneBetty's fried